Hello and welcome to our in-depth analysis of the Russia versus Ukraine war, which has been ongoing for several years now. The conflict started in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea, a Ukrainian territory. This led to a series of events that resulted in the ongoing war between the two countries. In this video, we'll take a look at the causes, key events, and the current state of the conflict. We'll also examine the international response and the potential outcomes of the conflict. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has deep roots that date back to the Soviet era. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine became an independent state, but Russia continued to see it as part of its sphere of influence. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 was a major turning point in the conflict. Russia claimed that the annexation was necessary to protect ethnic Russians living in Crimea, while Ukraine and the international community saw it as a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty. The conflict escalated when separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine, backed by Russia, began to take control of Ukrainian territory. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been marked by several key events. In addition to the annexation of Crimea, some of the most significant events include the downing of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17, which was shot down over eastern Ukraine in 2014, killing all 298 people on board. The incident was blamed on pro-Russian separatists. The conflict has also resulted in significant civilian casualties, displacement of people, and destruction of infrastructure. The international community has responded to the conflict between Russia and Ukraine in various ways. The United States and the European Union have imposed sanctions on Russia in response to its annexation of Crimea and support for separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. Some countries, such as Canada and Australia, have also provided military aid to Ukraine. The United Nations has been involved in peace talks, but so far, a lasting resolution to the conflict has not been achieved. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is ongoing, with sporadic fighting still occurring in eastern Ukraine. Despite the efforts of the international community, the situation remains tense, and a lasting resolution to the conflict has not been achieved. The conflict has had a significant impact on the people of Ukraine, with many being displaced and forced to flee their homes. There are several potential outcomes of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. One possibility is that the conflict will continue indefinitely, with occasional flare-ups of violence. Another possibility is that a peace agreement will be reached, but this would likely require significant concessions from both sides. It's also possible that the conflict could escalate and involve other countries, leading to a wider regional conflict. In conclusion, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been ongoing for several years and has had a significant impact on the people of Ukraine. The conflict has deep roots and has been marked by several key events, including the annexation of Crimea and the downing of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17. The international response has been mixed, with some countries providing military aid to Ukraine and others imposing sanctions on Russia. The current state of the conflict remains tense, and a lasting resolution has not been achieved. The potential outcomes of the conflict are uncertain, but it's clear that the conflict has far-reaching implications for the region and the world. Thank you for watching.